Hi witches! So today I wanted to talk to you all about the power of plants and how that relates to modern witchcraft. Now, I have done a whole series of videos on herbalism and herb magic, so if that's something that interests you past this video, definitely check it out. It was the entire month of March, so there's like 30 videos. For thousands of years, we have relied on plants as medicine and as ways to heal ourselves. Before we could synthesize medicines, in fact, we relied solely on that. We relied solely on Mother Earth to heal us. And I just think it's amazing that the planet like grows things specifically to sustain us, that heals our ailments, and that we discovered that. Like, I think that is an incredible magic that has followed us. It's part of human history. It's really, really cool. So, I mean, yes, is it science? Yes, absolutely, sure. But there is something absolutely magical about all of that and our existence as human beings on this planet. But that is an entire video all like on its own. Generally speaking, wise women or community healers, because they were meant to, were a core part of ancient societies. They healed the sick, restored them to life, and that in and of itself is an act of transformation. When you think about it, magic is really a way that a witch transforms their reality from one state to another, and I think that medicine is a great example of that, and earth medicine or plant medicine is a great example of that for sure. Well, all of that to say, yes, modern medicine is amazing and we would not be where we are without it, and I think it's incredible and definitely applicable in very like specific situations. I go to a conventional doctor. I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, just drink some tea and put a crystal on your forehead and your cancer's going to go away. That's like, if anyone tells you that, run. But I think that there is something to be said about turning to more natural remedies for like smaller illnesses, like, you know, honey for a sore throat instead of going to the like synthetic or like really like syrupy like cough drops or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, like the bright red cherry like stuff that stains your mouth. I think there's something to be said about turning back to like balancing plant magic with like conventional medicine, plant medicine with conventional medicine. So yeah, just my 2 cents. Another way to employ herb magic is through kitchen magic. Using herbs with specific intentions in your cooking is an easy way for witches who may not be able to practice openly to actually practice herb magic without like really, you know, expressly doing anything, right? It's just cooking. Adding healing herbs like turmeric to foods during times when I feel really stressed is something that I do personally. There are herbs and medicines that are really anti-inflammatory, so this is like a whole thing. I have talked about healing herbs as well in the past, but definitely do your research on this. It is a vast world, but you know, it doesn't have to necessarily always be just a magical thing or just a medicinal thing. There are a lot of plants that they have both properties. They have medicinal and magical properties. So when you combine the two into cooking magic, it is just a great like marriage or match made in heaven. I've seen a really big resurgence in the popularity of herbal medicines, which is amazing. If you are going to do that, if you are going to pursue herbal medicines, which is really, I really recommend it, definitely be sure that you are supporting smaller herbalists and that their practices are sustainable. But if you are looking to, you know, find soothing balms or lotions or soaps and stuff like that, definitely shop local and shop small. Yay, okay, my little spiel is over, I'm sorry. I think that nurturing, like back to herbs, I think that nurturing a living thing is such a great devotional act that witches can do to honor the earth, especially like by growing plants, right? They clean the air around you, especially if you have them indoors, and they are really known to improve your mood. So just by having a single house plant, it can do a whole lot for you in your mental health. With depression, it's sometimes really hard for me to get out of bed, but if I know that I have to get up and go take care of something, even if it's just a plant, it's just nice and it's helpful, and it like has helped me immensely with my own stuff. So yes, get yourself a plant today. This is your sign to go buy a plant. So as witches, a part of witchcraft that is really central to a lot of practices, not all necessarily, but a lot, is the fact that like nurturing the earth nurtures us, right? So taking care of the earth is a beautiful devotional act. And one way to do that is by planting a garden or having plants around you. Again, I can't have a garden because I live in an apartment. But when I did, like, taking care of the land was just a very spiritual experience for me. And I think it is for a lot of people. I think that growing things and nurturing them is a very human thing to want to do, which is amazing. But as witches, it's a devotional act. It's a thanking of the earth. So when you do grow a garden, think about it that way. Think about, plants that aren't going to strip the soil of nutrients, plants that are native to where you live, using plants that will nurture you and your family as well. So herbs and vegetables if you can. Flowers obviously are beautiful too. So anything that really brings you a sense of like peace and calm, anything like that, anything that makes you feel just, because nurturing doesn't necessarily have to be internal. It can be like a very external and spiritual experience as well. So herbalism, herb magic, herbs are really, really great. I have done, again, like I said, a bunch of different videos about like my top 5 herbs for like this, or my top 5 herbs for this kind of magic. So that's why I didn't really go into it in this video, but I did want to touch on the fact that herb magic is a very great and easy and accessible way for people to practice. Again, even if you're not able to practice completely, freely, having a plant around probably isn't going to give you away. So go buy your plant today. I promise you it's going to be worth it. So yeah, I hope that is kind of like, I don't know, this is kind of a fun / ranty video, but also, yeah, herb magic. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.